we might already know where Chapter 6 of Poppy Playtime is going to take place, and I think Chapter 5 was hinting at it the entire time. There was this location we saw subtly sprinkled in with the giant spotlight that to me looked like a sun. However, we never actually go to this place in Chapter 5, but I think we already have a name. I think this is the better place. Now, what is a better place? Usually that term is used as a euphemism for no longer being alive, but I think in this chapter it's being used as the name of a location. During Lily Lovebraid's tea party, when Poppy's confronting the prototype about what happened to the orphans, this is what he says.
Where are the orphans?
She doesn't know.
I did.
What I had to.
Very.
A better place now.
You're a monster.
I built us a home and kept us safe. And you repaid me by bringing in an outsider.
See how better place is capitalized, like a location, like a noun? I don't think they would have deliberately left that as a mistake. I think this is a big hint for what's to come. And we see more clues sprinkled throughout. I mean, we literally find a newspaper called The Better Press, which to me, I feel like they're screaming it at us. And inside this paper, they mention things like a town square, popsicle coupons, and even their own holiday, Joy Day. That's not the afterlife, that's a community, their own little world. And I believe this is the location the prototype brought the orphans. But before we get into the why, we need to figure out who made this place. None other than Elliot Ludwig. Elliot Ludwig, of course, is the founder of Playtime Co. In Chapter 5, we confirm that Elliot created the prototype, who was formerly a child named Oliver, or Ollie. However, Ollie seems to hold resentment, seeing himself as merely the prototype to what Elliot truly cared about, bringing back his daughter, Poppy. Take a listen.
Did you say something? Oliver? If you want to talk, I'm here. I don't pretend to know how you're feeling, but...
This was always about her.
What do you mean? No, Ollie.
It was never about me. Never about my better place. It was for her. She's all you talk about.
Oh, my boy.
You don't get to call me that. Ollie's gone and I have a test run on the prototype. When you get her back, you'll pick up a hammer just like him. Just like I did.
Nothing can make things go back to how they used to be, but we could be a family. If you want. And for what it's worth, I think you and her would get along really well. And that's for your name. Well, I can call you whatever you like.
And can I meet her?
Soon. I hope. Very soon.
It was never about me, never about my better place. I feel like they're trying to tell us something with this. What if Elliot took that conversation seriously and started building a home for his family, but never finished it, and years later the prototype finished it instead? This wouldn't be beyond the philosophy Elliot embodies. He tells us of a world he dreams of himself as we descend into Playcare, the factory's on-site orphanage.
For it is only through hopes and dreams that we may create a better world. One where our children need not be afraid. One where they are protected. After all, this company and its toys are nothing without them. These children deserve to smile. They deserve to love. And they deserve a safe home.
The way he emphasizes the word home feels very deliberate. Playcare may have been a test of what would later be known as a better place. Because Elliot managed to create two real toy beings that were immortal, the prototype and Poppy, but they were still toys. They couldn't exist in the outside world. Their existence, as proven, would be far too dangerous. So Elliot may have started building a safe home, but I don't think Elliot finished it, and I believe Playtime Co. may have later taken control of it, but I can't think of what they could have possibly used this for other than further experimentation. Then, after the Hour of Joy, the prototype became the ruler of this place, dubbing it his better place. In the prototype's twisted way, he would fulfill Elliot's promise, the thing the prototype always wanted, a family. See, I think the prototype sees himself on a higher plane than the rest of the experiments, because the prototype and Poppy are immortal. They don't need to eat, the other experiments do. And the prototype uses this against them, seeing the toys as beneath him, as weak. We even see this in the way he takes out his most loyal subject, Catnap, and then literally wears his skin, which, the toys were never the goal. They were a means to an end. Security, test subject, pawns. We see this with things like the wrong side automolds and the constant experimentation still happening in the labs. The prototype uses the toys under the banner of savior, someone to be worshipped, but eventually every single one of these toys will be in a better place. But I mean fully meaning the euphemism for them, like they will be gone, leaving only him and Poppy, alone forever. And that's something the prototype is terrified of. He even tells Poppy this himself.
Prototype, stop this, please. You wanted something better, but if you don't let the orphans go, you won't get it. Don't you see that? Even if you kill me, you'll be fighting the others for years. Please, just let them go, and no one else needs to die for either of us. Please.
Everything dies, Poppy.
Everything except us.
Refuse truth.
Refuse reality.
Your infants can never go free.
Otherwise, we'll be left with
And infinity will be lonely.
I know one way to make you see this.
Immortality is a lonely existence. The prototype wants to be loved forever, and he believes the only way to achieve that is by creating subjects who can exist forever with him. Which brings us back to the orphans, because with the orphans, there's an opportunity to create something else entirely, a kingdom that will last forever. In chapter 4, we hear a conversation between Harley Sawyer and the prototype where they discuss the secret they're trying to uncover. Sawyer asks for more time, and the prototype responds by saying they don't have time. So why would an immortal being be in such a rush? I think it's because the prototype is trying to uncover the secret to immortality, not just for himself, but for the orphans. I see two possible ways the prototype could be running out of time with the orphans and experiments. The first possibility is that the orphans have been placed in stasis. We see what looks like a massive red pool underneath a giant sun-like source. That could potentially be some kind of stasis system, and maybe the system is failing. If it fails, all those orphans will wake up needing what every other experiment needs: food. The second possibility is that the orphans have actually been living there this entire time. 10 years have passed since the Hour of Joy, which means the youngest orphan could be around 10 years old, while the oldest could be around 25. And the prototype watching them age, watching them slowly move closer to death, could be a constant reminder of the loneliness that awaits him. Or he's having a hard time controlling them, as they're realizing they're captives in this place. I feel like either could work, and either could explain Poppy's reaction when she finds out. Poppy calls the prototype a monster, because to her, this stasis or captivity would just be another kind of glass case. Okay, that might have been a bit of a reach, but either way, something about this place is not stable, and it hasn't been stable for a while. We never see any newer issues of the Better Press, the latest being issue 14 of October 2003, which would suggest that around this time this place had reached its peak, before resources began to run out, before the system started falling apart, leaving the toys scattered throughout the factory, and leaving the prototype's idea that they were failures seemingly proven right. I think the prototype's resentment towards Elliot pushed him to fulfill the promise Elliot made to him, to build a better place. But whether that place is truly a paradise or just another prison, we'll have to wait until chapter 6. This place really could end up being anything, so let me know what you think. I have plenty more theories coming soon. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.